Hey everybody, Laura St. John here. I am here to welcome you. If you are just getting started on the ForeverPak, this is a welcome call to just guide you through the steps of what you'll need to know in terms of what to expect for your first 30 days and really some support tools that will totally set you up for success in your first few weeks that are so important to get really strong, really confident in your journey. So welcome, you made it. And congratulations, actually, you've made a terrific choice in choosing the ForeverPak. It is so simple and easy to understand, and I can't wait to share these support tools with you. So let's get this party started. And again, I'm Laura St. John here from Strong Confident Living. We are here. Okay, I always love this slide because we are here. You are here. You made this decision. You put your hand up and said, I am ready for change. I am seeking and desiring change, and someone swooped in and helped you. So right now, just like thank the person who signed you up for Isogenics and think about that person and just thank them because your journey is about to begin and it can really change your life. So you're here based on what I always say, no coincidences, or hashtag of course, that you've had a series of events in your life, perhaps really hard struggles or just other points of like epiphany where you're like, oh, that's not me anymore and I need to shift this or change that based on your experiences to date. And so many people at this point of change, when they move forward, they're sometimes coming from a negative place of like, well, I know I don't like that person, so I know I need to change. And I just want to flip that lens for you right now in this welcome call journey and just say the person who decided to raise their hand up, you, and say, I am ready for change. I'm ready to start this ForeverPak thing. I see the movement. It's going on. People are like getting incredible results. Get me in on this. But that person, you, had the courage to get started, had the courage right now without knowing the outcome to say, yes, I'm willing to try this thing. And that is all you need to know right now, because what is about to unfold for you over the next coming weeks is literally so amazing that I just want you to step into it, not from that negative prong. A lot of people look back on their old pictures of themselves, you know, overweight or in pain or whatever it is, and say, ugh, like I didn't like that version of me. And I want you to flip that right now and say, regardless of where you stand right now with whatever goals you have, which is what we're going to get into in just a second, I want you to recognize that it is this version of you that has the courage, without knowing the outcome of how amazing you may feel in just a few weeks, to say yes and step into this next version of you. So I think that's an important mindset shift. So you embark on this journey from a really positive place of what you desire, which really leads me to the next slide. The next slide is, well, one, have you even started yet? Did you just order? Has your box arrived? All good things. So before we get into what your goals are and how to achieve them, I want to just kind of check some things off the list, like take out a pen and paper or jot some notes down on your phone right now, because I'm going to give you some simple tools of support that are so key. So the first question is, have I started yet? Yes or no? You might be a weekend, whatever. And what products are you using? The ForeverPak comes with 2 products. Isogenesis, take 2 in the morning, 2 at night. I suggest you put it right by your toothbrush. So if you're like me and sometimes you forget things, you can literally just put it by your toothbrush, brush your teeth in the morning, take 2 pills, brush your teeth at night, take 2 Isogenesis pills, and that is gonna unlock a lot of health in your cells. Okay, that is going to unlock. And as you take a look at, we invite you every Monday night, we do a presentation that is the deep dive presentation on the Isogenesis and the shake. And so you get a really good understanding of what you're putting in your body. If you haven't already, make sure you go to ForeverPak.com and watch the short video on the science. So you actually know as you're ingesting, you're putting amazing science into your body. So 2 in the morning, 2 at night, that is telomere support, the end caps of your DNA that are literally helping your body repair itself. Okay, that's just fascinating to me. And then the shake, have, you know, with this, it's have 1 shake a day. So simple. Like, just start there. You can always increase to 2 shakes a day. You can always increase to additional Isagenix products. But in this first month, build that foundation, like the house, the cement of your health, with these 2 incredible products that create a 1-2 punch in your body. So the Isagenesis pills and the Isoline shake, which is an unbelievable meal replacement that you can replace a meal. And how affordable is this? It is unbelievable when you just start with these 2 products, how affordable it is, how easy it is to make this a habit, make health a habit, and embed this into your everyday. So I suggest the shake for breakfast, because when you set yourself up for success for the day, you don't down spiral. So in the beginning of the day, when you are giving yourself amazing nutrients, it's going to really set up your day for success. I like to have then a second shake sometimes in the midday, you know, whether that's lunch, mid-afternoon snack, or dinner. But again, you can get to that later. Still just start with the foundation, because everyone can say, oh, I could take those 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills at night, and 1 shake a day. Whereas other times, like if you're wanting to eat more, other things, like just make health first a habit before you start even weaving in that second one a day. All right, so that's the product stuff. Check, check, check off your list that you've got 2 canisters of shake, one bottle of Isagenesis. That is the ForeverPak. Now get familiar with your login and support tools before we get into the juicy stuff, which is your progress, your success, and everything that's to come. So some typical support tools that I love to share is 1, take out your phone and store Isagenix support as a contact in your phone. So right inside your contacts, create new contact. Isagenix is the first name, support is the last name, because you want to be independent and confident on this journey, that if you can't reach out to someone, even in our Facebook community here in Strong Confident Living, or your enrolling sponsor, then you can always call the company and ask for help. And they're amazing. Their customer support is literally incredible. This whole Isagenix company is incredible. So 877, store this right now, 877 again, 8111. Again, that's 877-8111 for the US support. Okay, so if you're not in the United States or watching this, just take a look at isagenix.com, find your local support. But that's huge, because I think phone support is really important. While you're storing the contact, also store your ID number. When you set up a wholesale account, you have your own individual ID number, and you should have received a welcome email and text from Isagenix when you received your, first order, like setup. So if you don't know your ID number, they can look you up by your phone number. Just call them and say, here's my phone number on file. What's my ID number? So that is a huge piece. The second piece is, I love apps. So if you like working from your phone, there is an app called ISA Life, ISA Life. Download that app. While you're at it, if you haven't already, download the Zoom cloud computing app, because we do a lot of stuff with webinars as you learn more about the science, as you learn more about the company. So ISA Life app and the Zoom cloud computing app are like 2 must-haves in my opinion. You can order, you can track your shipment. If you haven't received it yet, you can track your shipment by logging in with your account, your username and password. And again, if you're not sure of all those things, call Isagenix if your enrolling sponsor can't help you. Such an easy thing. And then you could also, of course, log in at isagenix.com. While we're talking support tools, if you're on Facebook, other communities, make sure you tap into local support, whether that's local Isagenix, events going on, as well as communities right here on Facebook, such as Strong Confident Living. We are open, one team. We support everybody on their journey. So that is a public group, but tap into your enrolling sponsor and say, is there any other suggestions of, any other support tools? But to me, those are the easiest ways to get started with success. Ooh, let me go back one. All right, now this is so important. Now let's switch gears to your success. This is so much fun. What are the 1 or 2 things that you want to improve upon in your health? This is clear. You might have 8 or 10 things, but let's just take the top 2, because this is your first month. This is your first 30 days. And what is at the top of your list? So be so clear in those things. And I love to take those notes. So if you're like, I want more energy, I want to feel more confident in my skin, or I want some weight loss, and I want to sleep better, or whatever it is to you, what are the 2 things that you want to improve upon in your health? I want to reduce pain and inflammation in my body. I want to feel like more active. So just really think, what are the 2 top things for you? and write them down. Be so crystal clear. Your brain wants a target at all times to be working towards. So you want to know clearly what is at the top of your list. This is what inspired you likely to say yes and move forward. So write those 2 things down and have it front and center, because you're going to work week by week with whoever signed you up, and set up like a little 10-15 minute like chunk of time just once a week for your first 4 weeks, where you're saying, how am I going to measure that success? Okay, if it's energy, how am I going to measure energy? You know, maybe you're crashing on the couch at midday or 8 p.m. and just like, oh, like I can't take it anymore, right? So maybe you're going to recognize in your first week, like, whoa, I have an extra skip in my step. Or maybe it is that you don't need as much coffee or caffeine. Perhaps it's pain and you're like, oh, I feel like more agile. I can run up the stairs instead of like trudge up the stairs. You need to have other performance indicators. And this goes back to my education past. It was always like, how are we going to evaluate, you know, children and how successful they are? Because there's so much than just, you know, a test. So this is just like you. There, you know, sometimes we measure success based only on the scale, and the juicy sauce of Isagenix is, it is not just the scale. Okay, it is 100% beyond like the dimension of just weight. So you will experience weight loss if that, you know, over time, for sure, that a balanced body doesn't hold on to excess weight. It's part of the plan of rebalancing yourself with Isagenix. But you're a multi-dimensional creature and being, and you deserve, and I'm going to say deserve, to treat yourself in a lot of different ways of how you want to measure success. So when you take a look at the 1 or 2 things that you want to improve on, and then you match it by saying, okay, and I really want to, you know, how am I going to measure that? If it is weight loss beyond the scale, am I taking my measurements? Or even better, you know, take out an article of clothing and watch how you shrink wrap over the 4 weeks and start to fit in your clothes better. I mean, that's my favorite thing when people are like, my yoga pants, they used to be tight. Now they're sliding off or they're falling off. And I'm like, oh, you know, a side effect of Isagenix is ultimate health, and ultimate health equals balanced body. Balanced body means less stress in your body, which leads to incredible weight loss because your body is so balanced. So take the time to really figure out how you're going to journal or be consciously aware of these shifts, because the shifts happen sometimes in the smallest moments. Like I talked to a guy the other day and he was like, my head's clearer. And I was like, see, had we not talked about mental fog and you wanting to feel more clear, you may not have even noticed how clear you're feeling. So set the intention now of not just the 1 or 2 things, but how you want to figure out fun ways to measure your success. And I mean, how many times a day, you know, do you really get to say, how successful am I being? Versus like, especially if you're conditioned to be like hard on yourself, like not there yet or not enough. Like in terms of progress, this is going to help you tap into success so much, because success and feeling success is literally like a mental muscle. And I love when people recognize, pat themselves on the back. And that's why I said, like, pat yourself on the back for the courage to even move forward. Even if you're not in the body you currently want to be in, that it's going to speed you up when you recognize yourself more, when you appreciate yourself more, when you appreciate the success you're going to feel over the weeks. Okay. And then of course, this is a results-based product. Like you are going to experience what you're looking to achieve. Whether that takes 1 week, 3 weeks, 3 months, how committed to you are you? And how committed to your goals and putting yourself first versus last. I know as a mom and as a busy entrepreneur, you know, when I first started Isagenix, I was perpetually putting myself last. So I don't know where you're at in your own totem pole of things, but it's time to elevate yourself and say, I can give more to this world when I'm giving myself more fuel and not running on empty. So people are going to start to notice you. And this is a juicy question. You know, are you willing to be a magnet for change? Are you willing to recognize yourself not only in the shifts that you're having week to week and touching base with whoever signed you up, but also being like, am I open? Because I'm going to be a magnet for change. The moment you raised your hand and said yes to Isagenix, you will attract people who desire change just by the essence of who you are, because you're creating change in yourself. And you don't have to wait till you lose 20 pounds. You don't have to wait until you have more energy to be that example of what's possible. Because the moment you said yes, Your lens was, I'm ready for change. And anyone who's also wanting that feeling may be attracted to you. Actually, they will be. And they're going to start to notice there is something different about you. They're just going to be like, even if they don't see the physical changes quite yet, because sometimes it takes time for people to notice and say, wow, you're shifting, or hey, did you lose weight, or hey, your hair looks different. And that's all code for like, what is different about you? But their hand is up. They're saying, tell me. So what I love in the welcome call is to also set the intention of, hey, like you're going to be a results magnet sooner than later, but already you're changing by experiencing desire to change. When people start to ask you, like, what is that in your shaker cup? Like, what are you doing? Or, hey, there's something different about you. Are you willing to tell them what you're doing? Such an easy question, right? Are you willing to tell them what you're doing? Most people are like, of course, yes, I'm totally willing to inspire other people. Well, then you're ready. You're setting an intention right now to be ready to receive compliments and questions. Be ready to receive people then saying, what is that? And I want to set this intention right now as you're getting started, because if we don't set the intention, you won't even see them. You won't. But now that we can talk about this and say, hey, people are going to notice you despite where you are in your journey. And even if you feel like you've got so much to go, know that you are a change maker the moment you start to embark on change. Okay. And I want you to imagine I am a magnet for change. I can imagine myself being a possibility for people of hope and shift in themselves by me experiencing it myself. And when you do that, it's just such a, I mean, to me, it's the most important part of this whole movement of getting people healthy on this planet. Be ready to receive compliments. Be ready to to hear it from people. Okay, just be ready, and I'll help you with how to respond. And then also on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, if you've watched ForeverPak.com and seen the science of telomeres and research that went into this, you know, how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that people would want to know the science? 1, you know, being that they absolutely would not want to know, and 10 being they totally want to know. I don't know about you, I'm a 10, and you know that if you've watched the science and know what a telomere does inside your cells and how it frays and how we can help support it with this amazing product, then you are ready to share the science. If you're a 10, why would you withhold that information, right? You may be not only willing and desiring to help inspire people, but you know, ForeverPak.com and the science, I think people deserve to know the science that has not gone mainstream yet, and yet it will. I mean, this is blowing the communities, even medical communities, like out of the water, being like, what is going on here? Like, what is all this telomere science? Like, you could Google it and see what a phenomenon this is and how ahead of the game in terms of nutritional intervention Isagenix is in this planet. So I don't know about you, but I get really excited about that. And I get excited about the science. I get excited about people looking and feeling better with age. So if you're a 10 like me, after you learn about the science, you are then ready to give. So not only are you ready to receive, you are ready to give the science to other people and feel very aligned, saying, you know, like, I don't know about you, but maybe this could help you. I don't know about you, but it looks like you're already on a healthy lifestyle track. I think the science would be very synergistic to what you're doing. Or I think you're like on this track. You might find this very interesting. And you share the ForeverPak.com and you can start impacting people's lives with this science literally right now as you're embarking on this. I mean, I immediately thought of family members, moms, dads, friends, you know, that would want to know this science with me. So that's a huge piece. And then be open to just, you know, having this giving and receiving. I love the art of connecting. So just, you know, you're going to hear a struggle and you're going to say, oh, that sounds hard. I think I can help you with that. Like, I'm on this thing, you know, and I think it might be able to help you too. Or you might make a connection. I mean, we go out all the time and people are like, what do you do? And I'm like, I work with people like you. I help people. But even if you're just getting started and you have like a whole other thing, you might just be like, you know, my passion is also getting healthy. And lately I've embarked on this amazing new thing. So, or you're going to be open to receiving a compliment. And, you know, people are going to say there's something different about you, and just respond. Don't deflect it and be like, oh no, this whole thing, like I got 30 more pounds to go. Be like, oh my gosh, I feel great. You know, I'm experiencing some changes, and I'll give you those words in the next step. And of course, give compliments. You know, one of the best things in life as you're embarking on change yourself is to also notice other people that are trying, and not in a judgy way, but notice like, oh, you're trying, I'm trying. Like we're all trying to change, and you're doing something amazing, I'm doing something amazing. Like I would love to share with you what I'm doing. So just be open to giving and receiving questions and compliments, because there's human beings all around us every day. And this healthy lifestyle thing is not just a thing. It is an everyday conversation wherever you go. You hear people complaining, you hear people struggling, and you hear people like complimenting and that are doing well and are up spiraling in their lives. Okay, this connects to all those people when you're consciously aware of the synergies of what you have going on with you. Okay, so huge. Next, the response. This is like so important for me to help you with the words, because again, in setting up the welcome call, giving you the support tools and talking how exciting it's going to be week by week as you shift, that this is a no-brainer. This will happen in your first 4 weeks. I was like, no, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. Like, will this really happen to me? Believe me, it happened. And in my first 2 weeks, my friends and family were like, Laura, what is that you're doing? You're shifting. And at first I was really hesitant and I was stuck in my head and I was like, what do I say? And this is why I'm really compelled now to say that, because you don't have to stay in your head. I want you to move right from your heart, which is why you're doing Isagenix and why you want to experience change yourself. So be ready to respond with I started Isagenix for blank and blank, what we've just first talked about. I started Isagenix, me personally, for weight loss after having my third child and more energy, because I was just like constantly struggling against time and always stressed out. But it's more than just me. It is thousands of people having amazing results. So, it's so clear. And then you shift it to how about you? Okay, how about you? This is the magic question. I want to have you planted in your head right now. What about you? If you had 1 or 2 things you wanted to improve on in your health, what would be at the top of your list? So do you see, I'm going to just go back the slide because this is so key. As you embark on this journey, you become a magnet for change and hope for other human beings. This is why it's a movement, because it's everyone unstucking themselves out of their head, getting into their hearts and saying, listen, like it's this Isagenix thing that I'm doing. Like I started it for just blank and blank, and like enough about me. Like I started it for weight loss and energy, but it's more than just me. It is thousands of other people. It is a movement. People are having incredible results. Like I see it all the time in Strong Confident Living. It's just mind-blowing to me, not just the results, but the science too. What about you? And you flip it to them. They're asking you what's different about you, or they're noticing you because their hand is up. They're actually desiring change. And the more you see that and you flip it to them and say, what about you? What about you? If you had 1 or 2 things, what would you want to change? And that's as simple as it gets, guys, because then you listen and you're present and you're like, I think I can help you with that. I can send you the link right now. And I literally just take out my phone and I do this at the gas station. I do this on the grocery store line. I'm just like, this is no coincidence. I can help you share the science of what I'm doing right now. And you share ForeverPak.com, okay? And if you want to try it, let me know. Like, I can't wait for you to see this incredible video about these amazing products. And it's working so well. Like, that's it. That's it. It is so simple. And you share ForeverPak online, offline, in conversations, because you see people complaining wherever you are. Okay, now if you are open to sharing ForeverPak.com, you can start getting your products paid for in that process. How does that sound to you? Like, I don't know about you, but that sounded great to me when I first started a bunch of years ago, being like, you mean I can help get my friends and family healthy, not like be a incessant salesperson, like pushing at them, and just be a magnet of possibility and change and hope for others? Sign me up. You mean I can share logical science for the people that are thirsty for knowledge and science with others and help them? And in the process, you can get your products paid for. So if that sounds good to you, like log into your account and finish your enrollment by bumping your account to associate. That means that Isagenix will literally pay you cash weekly that you can then get your healthy paid for. To me, this is a no-brainer model of, at minimum, get your healthy paid for. And then for a lot of people, it's like, well, what else? Like, what other bills or pains, like my credit card debt or student loans or different things, can I pay for? Awesome. Okay, get that paid for too by helping more people. And then your dreams. You know, I'm living here in Malibu, California. making an additional income per month from Isagenix, and who doesn't need an additional source of income stream sometimes to pay for their dreams or what they want, whether that's travel, you know, being able to hop on an airplane, the family, whatever that is, that it can grow and grow and grow into whatever it is for you. So bump your account to associate. And if you said yes to I'm willing to inspire others, right? And you were a 10 to the science, then you deserve to bump your account to associate and start sharing ForeverPak.com with more people, okay? And you're ready for a Freedom Day call, which is your next step, okay? Your next step after you do your account is start thinking about people in your life right now, because literally you sharing it with 2 people who share it with 2 people can pay for your first 3 months of products, $500. Boom, just like that. So if you want to make $500 immediately to pay for your first 3 months and start helping other people get healthy, like that's huge, okay? And if you are not open to this right now, that is okay too. Maybe you're just like, I just want to, heal whatever I've got to heal right now, and I'm not open. Okay, well then as people start to notice you, refer them back to whoever signed you up. Okay, just promise yourself that, listen, if I'm not open right now, I'm open to shifting though every single week. Because guys, in the beginning, I was like, nah, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, everyone's asking me. And then, okay, like I'm willing to either refer or help them. And you have to decide what's comfortable to you. There is no wrong answer except to ignore them. Do not ignore them when people have their hand up and they're seeking change. At minimum, refer them to the person who helped you. But if you are open to shifting every week your perspective as you start to experience change, then you are open to more freedom in your life. As you say, I'm open to helping others and experiencing at least getting my healthy paid for, you are ready for the Freedom Day call to say, well, this is the scale of freedom. What does freedom mean to you? Maybe it is just help with your products. Maybe it is help with, for me, it was helpful in the beginning to pay for some presents and birthday presents and kids' sports and sneakers and other things as a mom. You have to decide. For other people, it was like tires or, being able to pay down some credit card, whatever it is. Just know what freedom is to you. Isagenix has created an unbelievable way for us to tap into anything in terms of possibility that we are open to. Anything, okay, in terms of possibility of what you are open to. So just be aware that it exists, whether you want to tap into that now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now, live a life of your dreams. But at least here, right now, you're getting started. You can likely think of a couple people that you can send to ForeverPak.com to right now, and that is your next step. So I'm excited for you. You're going to experience incredible results. Thank you for participating and watching this welcome call. You're going to rock your first month. Have an awesome day.